Hello, hello, hello. Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay, wonderful
Okay.
day, everybody. Episode, what is it again? Can you remind me? 50. Episode 50 of The Stagler. And you know what? It's going to be a wonderful one because we have everything prepared. We've got everything set up. If you're watching the video format, you can see we've got all of our friends
Everything's here.
around here for episode 50 of The Stagler.
Episode 50.
Should we do like a sound off? We got the cow who's a little off camera right now, but we can fix that real quick. Oh, there he is. He,
there's the
she,
cow.
I don't know.
They?
We got Baby Yoda. We got Baby Groot on top of R2-D2. Black Phillip hanging on for dear life.
He's just doing his best.
D20. Jaws. Behind us, of course, Marilyn.
Obviously a staple of the show.
Great. She is the third member of the show.
Absolutely.
Sailor Moon.
Obviously, just no explanation.
Yeah, congratulations on your new Marvel show, by the way. Sailor Moon Knight. I love it. It's
Really good.
And then we have Content, the famous painting by Martin Scorsese.
Yes.
Back here. And it's great.
Marvel.
We're doing
Marvel.
fuck Marvel.
Oh, and Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1 Special Edition
Of course.
Blu-ray.
None of this would have been possible without you. Can we just give Breaking Dawn Part 1 Special Edition a hand? Thank you.
Just beautiful.
Fantastic. Thank you all. Of course, everyone watching for being here. Everyone listening for being here.
Yeah, it means a lot.
We should kick things off. You know what we do? Today we're doing best endings on our spotlight. So, I mean, haha, makes sense.
Get it?
Stick around for that, for our spotlight. But first, of course, we got to get through our weeks.
The weeks, man. And listen, I kind of had a lot.
A lot?
I mean, probably one of the biggest ones I've ever had. To
Nice.
be honest, got to go big for the
Go big or go home.
ending. But to be
In
honest,
our case, go big, then go home.
yes. But I'll just hop right into it. I saw Drive My Car.
Yes, the big Oscar movie.
Yeah, the one that got nominated but didn't win. That's okay though.
That's okay.
It's very good. What to say about it?
3 hours long.
It's 3 hours long. So it's kind of weird. I feel like it does earn the 3 hour runtime, but it could be 2.5 hours and be okay.
That's how I've been feeling about every movie that's been past 3 hours for most of my life. Is that, did it really, I get it, and it's I'm not mad, but you really could have probably whittled it down.
Right. So the deal with this movie was we're 40 minutes into the movie, and the credits come on, and I was like, "Whoa, what is going on?" So it was kind of like that, kind of like in The Departed, but
Right.
longer than that. Because the first 40 minutes is kind of like everything before the car gets driven. And then once it kicks in, I thought the first 40 was interesting, but I feel like, and it sets up everything for what's going to happen for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
But I feel like
That's where you would have
in
cut
the
time.
grand scheme of things, they could have cut most of it.
Yeah.
If not all of it to, get into the actual movie, which is just very sweet film of, she's driving him around. They're making a play or whatever. He's trying to deal with his dead wife. And she's trying to deal with her dead mom. And they just bond. And it's very touching and moving.
Yeah, I thought the third act twist where they were the same person, the mom and the wife, was oh my God, excellent.
Yeah.
That was so
really good.
Anyway, what else? Drive My Car.
Drive My Car, very good. I recommend. I saw Deep Water. This movie, very, very anticipated for me and some other people. If you don't know what Deep Water is, it's the Ben Affleck and Ana de Armas erotic thriller. And it was interesting.
How erotic.
Eh,
Oh, that's not good.
I don't know if it was very erotic.
It should, if it's an erotic thriller, it should be 50% erotic.
I mean, there's
50%
a
thriller.
lot going on, but I don't really know. It's kind of weird things that they get into. So basically, I'm just gonna spoil the movie.
Sure.
Ben Affleck likes snails.
Yes.
That's the one thing that I couldn't get a grasp on in the film. What the snails mean?
The one thing I knew about this movie was that I saw an article from the dedicated snail wrangler for the film.
Yeah.
And they said Ben Affleck's the best actor that I've ever had work with snails. He's just a natural with them.
He just loves
I was
snails,
like,
man.
damn. Okay.
So basically, Ana de Armas and Ben Affleck are married, and she cheats on him, but like lets him know. She's like, "Yeah, I'm fucking this dude."
With not a snail.
No, not a snail.
Okay.
She's like very open about it, and he like doesn't like it, but kind of likes it.
Oh. Erotic.
But what happens is he kills the people that she sleeps with, and she gets upset, but then she kind of likes it.
Ooh.
So basically she just like fucks dudes, and he kills
kills
them,
them.
and they're like, "Oh yeah."
Like
I
during
love
or
you."
after?
After.
Okay.
And that's basically what the movie is about. That's the whole film.
What's deep water? What's that? The snails are in deep water, right?
What is deep water? Well, at one point he drowns a guy in the pool.
Okay.
That's deep water.
That is.
Then he kills a guy in the woods and puts him into the river, deep water.
Deep water.
And then when he gets discovered by one of the dudes, finds out that he's killing people. He's in the water, in the river water, trying to like push the dude's body down. And that's also deep water. And then they have a chase, and the dude drives off a cliff. But he doesn't fall into the water, so never mind. I thought he went into the river, but he doesn't. He just like goes off the cliff and dies. So that's about it. Deep water. And to be honest, a lot of people seem to hate this. I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good and just kind of like weird, funny. But anyway, well, you want to talk about a bad film?
Sure.
Transporter 3. Now, I'm a huge fan of Jason Statham. We know this. Big Jason Statham guy. Any movie he's in, I'll watch it. Transporter 1. Fucking awesome movie. One of my faves.
I'm trying so hard not to do a Jason Statham impression.
Transporter 2, do it, man. Give it.
I can't.
All right, if it comes naturally later, just let me know.
Okay.
Transporter 2, awesome. Great film, formative for my childhood. Transporter 3, what were they thinking? It's so bad.
I've never actually seen the third one. I saw the first two. I never saw the third.
Yeah, well, don't. Because it's actual character assassination of Frank.
Damn.
It's totally horrible. They make him a loser. He likes this girl. Like, Frank doesn't like women.
Right.
Come on.
He's a killing machine.
He's the transporter. He transports things. And this movie has the weirdest sex scene of all time. I don't even remember what happens, but they're like on a cliff, and she's like walking towards him, and he's like backing up.
That sounds like the start of like an improv skit. It's like, give us a situation. Having sex. Okay, we need a location. A cliff.
Okay. And the action scenes are stupid. There's this one point where he drives a car on two wheels. Just dumb. This movie sucks. I hate it. I gave it a 0.5 star on Letterboxd.
Oh, that's the lowest of the low.
It was awful. I could not wait for it to be over.
That sucks.
Terrible film.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Misstep.
Big.
Is it the last one, I'm assuming, of the series?
Yeah. Well, they did a Transporter Refueled, which is without Jason Statham. They like rebooted the series.
Now, are you
don't
watching
know.
that?
No. God,
right.
no.
Yeah, what? No one's watching
Only Jason Statham movies. Speaking of stuff that starts with J, Jujutsu Kaisen movie came
that's
out.
2 J's.
Yep. And a K. JJK. Good movie.
Great president.
I already, I've read the manga,
Barely.
so I know what the deal is. JJK. Really great president.
I want pictures of Spider-Man.
Yeah,
my
that was
JJK
one of his greatest
impression.
speeches. It was good. Animation was great, as obvious via Mappa.
Yeah.
They're working 27 hours a day, and they get no sleep, and they don't get to see their families. But at least we get to watch a cool movie, right?
Also, I don't know if it was this one, but I saw something about some big animated movie that came out. Apparently, the voice actors got paid like $100 to be in the movie.
What?
Yeah.
What? That's not real.
I swear, I saw it. It's this big thing that it's like, oh yeah, this is more common than you'd think.
Wow. Okay. That's a yikes.
Yeah. Might not have been this specific movie, but
Okay. So I also watched a show, miniseries, Station 11. I can't remember if I talked about this on the show when I first started it, like forever ago, like multiple months ago.
I think you might have.
But then I just like stopped watching it for whatever reason. But I finally picked it up and finished it. And this is really great show. One of my, honestly, like I'd throw it in my top 5 favorite shows.
Yeah.
Really great, really interesting take on like the apocalypse sci-fi kind of deal. It's more like humanistic and like relationships between people rather than like people like murdering each other and like fighting all the time. It's more just like how how would society like try to rebuild itself work after something like this happens. It's really cool. All these different storylines from different time periods of like the beginning of the pandemic to the end, or like 20 years later, or like whatever. All the cool stuff. Really great characters. Mackenzie Davis continues to be like the most underrated, underused actress in Hollywood. And then, oh God, what was her name? I think Matilda. This is it. I'm going in right now.
Okay.
Matilda Lawler plays young Mackenzie Davis in the show. Child actress. Unfucking believable.
Really?
I'm not kidding. The best child actress I've ever seen. Step aside, Brooklyn Prince.
Prince.
Matilda Lawler needs to be Alia in Dune Part 2.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable. She's actually amazing.
Wow.
Yep, I wanted to put that out there.
Sweet.
Fantastic show.
Hopefully she can make the transition from child actress to regular actress.
I know. She needs. Hopefully someone saw the show and was like, that is a star. Because I'm watching this and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
We're talking 70 years. She's the next Meryl Streep.
Right, and that doesn't happen often.
Amazing. Atlanta came back. I've seen the first 3 episodes. It's just classic Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's just weird nonsense parables going on. A lot of social commentary.
Yeah.
Really great.
Yeah.
Danny. Donald Glover. Fantastic. Love him. Now this is big for me.
Big.
I watched a show. I didn't think anything of it. I was like, you know what? Interesting. Formula One Drive to Survive docuseries on Netflix about Formula One in real life.
Yeah.
Totally, absolutely knocked my socks off. I'm the biggest Formula One fan you've ever met in your life.
Right.
I'm huge on Formula One now. I watch all the races. I watched the race today. Incredible. Love it. Daniel Ricciardo, my favorite driver. Love him. McLaren. Go McLaren. Go Haas.
McLaren.
Gunther Steiner. Amazing. Total Wolf. He's cool.
Yeah.
I would recommend watching this show if you want to get into Formula One, because it seems to be really booming right now in America, especially. They just added the race in Las Vegas for next year. It's going to be really exciting. And the show, is it manipulative? Yes. Do they take stuff out of context? Yes. Do they just like make things up? Absolutely. But is it absolutely wildly entertaining and will get you into it? Absolutely. And then you can watch the real stuff happen. Incredible. Formula One is the greatest sport in the world. Boom. That's that.
Nice.
Now I believe we have some overlap.
Probably. Yeah.
Attack on Titan. I guess let's just go for it.
It's finally
It's finally
It's finally Attack on Titan.
Unfortunately,
Final season part 3 coming 2023.
Yes. So unfortunately, we started the show with Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
And we figured hopefully it would be over by the time we got to end the show. Not quite.
We thought. We were like, perfect. Final season part 2. Right? Okay.
Not quite.
Not quite.
The part 2 ended, but there's still like probably like 6 or 7 more episodes that need to come out. That won't come out until next year.
Do you think they'll still only make it 6 or 7, or do you think they'll try to like draw it out a little bit more? Because that does seem like low for a whole.
I would agree.
Unless they did like 8, like they made it miniseries-esque, because 8 was always a big number for that.
Hopefully, I would be down for them to draw it out, because I feel like a big complaint that a lot of people had with the ending was it is fairly quick, and I would agree. It does kind of hit the climax and kind of
right
real quick.
Deflate.
So I'd be down for them to stretch it out a little bit, see what they can do, add some stuff, but it's whatever. At this point, I'm just like, bro,
yeah,
finish the show.
Come on now.
But whatever, they'll milk that cow until they're done, right?
I guess.
What'd you think? Everyone wants to know what you think. You probably kind of in on it, right?
I'm kind of.
I figured.
I'm like, I don't know. Everyone's a murderer, big war criminal. Nobody is safe from becoming a bad person.
Are you following Eren Yeager? Are you a big Eren Yeager fan? Are you like Flock?
If I was a tarnished in the world of Attack on Titan, I would get the Frenzy Flame all up in there and just say, you know what? Let's get rid of everybody. I don't want any side to win. Just let's have a planet that's just 2 rocks. Just sitting on a cliff.
That means a lot.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
That's actually kind of where I am, though, honestly. Not really rooting for anybody. I'm like, you know what?
That's the idea, man. The sense of moral ambiguity, man.
And it's weird because this might sound weird to say, but I'm still, if I had to pick one person, it's still Connie. And maybe that's just bias.
Connie kind of does some questionable things.
He does.
And
but at least
latest
he's the only
episodes.
one who seems to have like, I don't know.
what he's gonna kill. Number one, he says he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna kill Falco. Okay, and then he shoots 2 of his best friends in the face.
Yeah, but at least he seems like sad about it.
You're right,
He's like the only one who the right like Mikasa's just like fuck it,
bro. She goes fucking crazy.
right? At least Connie was like crying.
Yeah, he was upset. What do you think about Annie being back? You like Annie?
It's cool. She seems very different.
Finally,
Yeah, right. Finally, season
4.2.
yeah, she seems a little bit different. It's cool that she's back. Not as hype as I like thought, honestly.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel bad to saying this, but I honestly, it combined with the next one's coming next year thing really actually deflated me on the show.
Yeah.
So I was like, really? Because I feel like this
agree.
part ended in like weirdly the same spot the last part ended, even though that's not true at all. But the idea is the same, because the end of the last part, he's like, I'm going to do the rumbling. And the end of this one is I'm doing the rumbling.
Right.
And I was like, okay, come on. Like, I get that a lot happened, but it felt like it could have just been paced better, and this we could have been at the end of the show. But, I mean, episode by episode, just in the moment, it's engaging. You know, you still have all the characters. What's his name? The red-haired dude who
Flock.
is... Flock. Sucks to suck.
He got sniped by Gabby.
Yeah.
Gabby, what, like 4 for 4?
Fucking taking out redheads all the time.
She's crazy. Gabby. Where are you at on Gabby now? Gabby cool now?
No.
Gabby fan?
No.
like Gabby?
Nobody fan.
You don't like Gabby?
I'm a nobody
What about
fan.
Keith? Keith Shady's
Sucks to suck.
going out. I feel like he was a good guy the whole time.
No, he was. I mean, he was an OG, right?
He was an OG.
He was an OG.
Going out with my boy Theo.
What about Rico?
No comment on if Rico returns. We'll be returning. No comment on Rico.
I guess Historia is okay.
She's fine. She's just chilling. Prego.
That's it.
So
But no, like the show is still good, and I think even going back after the show's ended, like years, and going back revisiting the show, you won't feel it. But just right now, it just sucks that it worked out this way.
it does suck. I would have to agree.
Yeah. But thinking about checking out the manga, honestly, and finishing
You
it
literally
off.
have to read like 9 chapters.
I know. That's
and
the thing.
over.
It's like, why not? Instead of waiting a whole year thinking about it. Because I know I could just ask you.
I have them.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I could do that.
yeah, that's Attack on Titan, I think.
Yeah. And so, now we have. Now this is big. Elden. Oh! Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Foul tarnished.
Alta.
Playing as a lord. I command thee, kneel.
Elden Ring came out, and we both beat it a bajillion times, probably.
I think I've beaten it 3 times, and now I'm just like PvPing.
Yeah. That's interesting. We'll maybe not start with PvP, but we
Okay.
could like wrap around back and at the end, because I feel like maybe we should just start with like the game itself. Jump button.
Elden Ring, we can jump now.
We can jump.
They took that
I
from
never want to
Sekiro.
take it away. Please never take the jump button away.
It's
so
amazing.
fun.
It actually low key like ruins. Like I haven't gone back and like tried to play like, any of the other games, but I feel like might be tough.
It might be, especially when there's just like a little bit of rubble that's stopping you, and you're just like, come on.
Just let me jump,
Just
man.
let me summon a horse. Come on now. No, the game's a lot of fun. What I'm guessing you went with like a strength. You said like a strength faith.
My
or
first
something?
playthrough, I went strength faith. Yep.
Yeah,
That's the classic. Classic Chad build.
it is the classic Chad build.
No dex intelligence in this house. That's just not how it works, unfortunately. That's where all the betas live.
Okay, I was Dex Intelligence.
Not surprising.
No,
not
I was
surprising.
actually. I wanted to do really badly something with Arcane, but it didn't seem like.
Arcane is.
I wanted to do
weird.
like a Dex Arcane thing, just like when I first started. Like I was like, maybe they do cool things with it, but it's very weird in this game.
Yeah, it's not like.
And when we
Bloodborne.
played it, it was like broken as well.
Yeah.
Because all the blood effects were like weird when the game first came out.
Yeah, arcane was kind of weird. It's good for like scaling with certain weapons, and obviously you need a lot of arcane for like the dragon incantations, but you also need to like pair it with faith to be able to get like the full effect. And yeah, it was just kind of weird. But arcane is like, it's okay, but just go faith strength and you got it.
I ended up going faith dex because I didn't like the intelligence either, which is kind of weird.
I can't lie though, the sorceries are really cool.
They are. I love all the gravity based ones
Yeah,
too.
the gravity sorcery is cool.
What I ended up doing by the end was I had the rune that let you get HP back on kills.
Yeah, I think that's Millennia's rune, right?
I think hers is the rally system, like the Bloodborne rally system.
Oh, that's Rykard's rune, I think.
Yeah. Either that or Mog's, maybe.
Family together.
Moog, whatever.
The Lord of Blood.
And I think I had that. I had the curved sword that was the serpent one, which also its passive effect was get health back on kill. And I had a talisman that was get health back on kill. And I don't know if they did anything to it, but wow, is that
Did you have the other talisman that was like successive attacks begin health recovery?
I don't think
Oh,
so.
you didn't do that one either.
I think I had successive attacks increase damage instead.
That works too.
Because I already knew I had it on death, so
You were going crazy.
I was going crazy with that. I mean, if there was any room where there was like, the little rabbits or crabs or whatever, you just walk up to them, full health. And you're like, damn.
Wow.
So it helped your flask last a long, long time.
Yeah.
Obviously, in boss fights, you would usually like go switch everything out. But I found that to be very effective throughout the whole thing. And honestly, the thing about that curved sword, because I went double swords, you can have it in your left hand, and it counts. You don't need to use it in your primary. So I got a better one on my right and could use that.
It is awesome. Favorite boss? Do you have a favorite boss?
Favorite boss?
If you don't have a favorite, maybe pick like 3 that you really like.
Okay. 3 I really liked. I really liked Moog. I thought he was a lot of fun.
The Lord of Blood.
The Lord of Blood. I just liked his location, the build up to him, leading up to him was very, very fun.
Cool.
With Mikola being right there too was cool. I only found out that he had a gas quang music box item after I beat him, so that was sad. Did I like Melania?
It depends.
It depends.
Does anybody? I like her.
Yeah, no, it was definitely just different. It was a frustrating fight. It didn't take me like too crazy long. It's not like the hardest I've ever dealt with. I've definitely banged my head against other things. But then again, at the point I was probably technically over leveled because by the time I got to her, I'd done most everything else, in the game. So I don't know if I wasn't like I was level 300.
Right.
But, I was definitely like probably like 130 to 150, like somewhere in that range, because I was kind of planning on playing the game once and just trying to do it all.
Yeah.
Because the end of my first playthrough was like 90 hours.
That's a lot of hours.
Something like that. And by the time I finished all of my playthroughs, I think I was at like 110. So my next 3 playthroughs were 20 hours combined.
Right, yeah. I remember when I first went to Millennia, I've seen it all through all these games like a million times, and I was fighting her, and I don't really pay attention to the health bar ever when I'm fighting the boss. I'm fighting her, and I was fighting her for a while, and I looked down, and her health was like full almost, and I was like, no, what is happening? Yeah. Then I was like looking, she hit me. I said, fuck
That's
you.
the craziest part of the fight, honestly. I think if they just lessened that, the fight would be way more agreeable to people, Because it's like you can do like basically half her health bar, and she can get it back in her weird art that she does.
Yeah, that one combo is you just die.
Gnarly.
You just
and
die.
It can't be parried as far as I know.
Parry. You can dodge. I have seen people able to dodge it.
I've dodged it.
Without getting hit even once?
Without getting hit even once.
See, it is possible.
But I did it once.
Yeah, right.
So it was no good. Literally, it is sad to say, but I have to admit, when I beat her, because I only fought her the once, when I did beat her, it was basically because she only did that attack twice.
Yeah, I know. You honestly have to get kind of like...
And I was like, you know what? If she wants to do the other attacks, fine. I can manage the other ones. So those 2 were definitely like standouts. I really liked the dragon Placidusix. He was
Dragon
cool.
Lord Placidusix.
Again, it was just another really cool arena. And everything.
Yeah.
What about you?
My favorite boss is Malekith.
Yeah.
But the only thing that makes me sad is I wish Malekith had a full health bar.
Yeah.
But I also believe if Malekith had a full health bar, if you beat the Beast Clergyman and then another phase 2 comes in instead of like the halfway point, he would be the hardest boss in the game. I do believe because he is tough, and just for like even that half of health bar, he's pretty tough. Yeah. You get hit by like the Death Blade or whatever, and your health bar just. I mean, sometimes you can't even get the heal off in time.
Yeah,
and you just die. But I was excited for him. When the very first trailer came out, the whole time I was playing the game, I was like, where's this boss that was in the trailer that I want to fight? And he's like way at the end, like one's the final
third
like,
to last or something. Yeah.
And finally got to him, and I was like, yes, let's go. But I just love his design and everything, and his lore is really interesting, and I love his little spinny moves.
Do you have any that were like your least favorite?
Least favorite?
I do, in a weird way.
Well, I will say I don't believe that this game has a boss on the level of like Pinwheel or like the Covetous Demon from Dark Souls 2. But the ones that I was always just like, ugh, whenever I came across were the cat dog statue things.
Yeah.
Those were terrible.
Those were annoying. They just moved weird. I get it, but maybe if they weren't repeated as often, could have been better.
That would probably be my pick.
Yeah. I really, it's not like it's a bad boss fight, but what was the name? The second to last, the first Elden Lord, right before you get to the tree at the end of the game before you fight Ratigan. Horelu.
Oh, Horelu. Godfrey, and then turns into Horelu.
Yeah.
You didn't like that?
I was disappointed by it, is all. Because he had this tiger thing on his side, and I was like, let's go. You know what I mean? I was like, let's fucking do it. And then he's just like this brawler dude, and he has cool moves. He does the earth shaking stuff. But I was kind of disappointed. I was like, where's the cat, man?
Yeah, he kills him.
I was kind of disappointed by that. I was like, oh, I thought this was going to be a cool, like, 2-layered kind of fight. No.
That's fair.
And even Ratigan wasn't anything, like, too crazy to me.
No, I definitely agree. Not like the best final boss.
Yeah.
But I thought it was pretty good. And the music though. Oh my god, the music for like basically all the bosses. Wow. Especially some of the ones I hated the most, the God skins. God, their music was so good. I died
the Godskin duo
times. Yeah. Oh fuck the Godskin duo.
I liked the ancestral spirit or whatever, that like ghost deer.
Super that. Just like I don't know, I thought that was easy boss, but like the design is just like really cool when they're like floating around and stuff. Just what an amazing game.
Yeah. No, it was definitely worth the wait. I think it's great. I think the next game has a lot to live up to.
Do you think they'll do Elden Ring 2?
No, I don't mean Elden Ring 2. I just mean the next, because it seems like they're not done with this formula yet. Especially after this game, I couldn't imagine them abandoning it now.
Oh yeah,
when it just seems like they just kind of figured out more of what they can do. Maybe not to the level of Elden Ring, because like guys, Elden Ring is huge.
Oh my goodness,
ridiculously huge. Like when you get teleported to like Caelid through the treasure chest, and you're like, wow, this map is huge, and then that's like a fifth of the map.
It's insane.
Like, oh wow. So I want to see what they can cook up next for sure. The one thing I can say, I don't know in the future how often this will be like a replayable title, because of its girth, because it's so huge. How often are you going to be? Is it something that you think, you could go into once whenever you get the itch, and not play through the whole game, but just play for like a bit, instead of like the other games where you might just beat it,
right?
When you feel the itch. Like Bloodborne, I can beat it in like a sitting just because I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, Bloodborne's fun. That is interesting. I don't know. That's a toughie. I have seen though that the speed run, I don't know, it's like super current, but it's pretty quick. Some of the skips they do are crazy. There's this one where you like jump off a cliff, and then you like die in a certain spot, and you can like, instead of respawning like back where at the Grace, you can choose to spawn at like a Stake of America that was like closer in that other area. And the one that's super crazy is you can skip all the way to the Fair Missoula area by like teleporting via like a thing, like one of the teleporter things. But while it's happening, and then you like teleport to a Grace, and like as that's happening, and you like fall under the map, and then you quit the game, and then you spawn in, and you're there.
Like, I don't know how people figure that out. Whatever. Yeah. Well, PvP you want to talk about?
PvP.
That's what you've been doing?
Listen, PvP has always been interesting in the Souls games. I always think it's fun. It's just, it's not serious.
Yeah.
Let's just have some fun. But the one thing, and it's worse in this game, but it's just because it's more popular, is everyone just does the same thing.
That was what I was going to say. This was the worst PvP experience I've ever had in any Souls game.
That's the problem.
Awful.
The problem is the players. It's not the people.
Yeah, it is.
It's not the game. It's the players.
It's the players, because I literally think I maybe fought people with like 3 weapons. Like
Yep.
I saw 3 different weapons and that was it. And everyone was doing the same exact thing.
Yep. You just get fucking rivers of blood on your katana and just go. Like, that's boring.
Yeah, it's very boring. Or you have like the one guy with the bloodhound step that like just tries to like bait you.
Oh my God.
While the other guy comes and just tries to fuck you over and you're like, okay.
So annoying.
Yeah.
But it is fun to gank. Ganking is fun. Just like getting like your bros together, doing like silly builds and just like destroying anyone that comes in.
The closest I've had to fun was with the Sonic the Hedgehog, dash.
Yes, that's
the
good.
closest one I had.
A lot of people have done some like really creative builds that are cool. It's not like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one.
Oh,
Did you see
nice.
that? That was
No,
cool.
Yeah. With the big turtle shell.
Yeah, put the
shield.
turtle shell on the back, and then they do the rolly thing.
Yeah.
It was pretty
That's
funny.
good.
But people are really creative and make these cool builds, but one person makes a YouTube video, they're like, this is the best PvP build. Just put rivers of blood on.
Everybody
And
does
everyone
it.
is just like, let's just use it. But it's just like, why don't you just like have fun? Like put something on that's funny. Put on a giant wood thing.
Yeah, I guess I was either like both too early and too late, because I was too late where a video had already come out probably, and it's just like too early for people not to like get tired of it, or just that there weren't so many people doing the same thing because everybody was still playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like disheartening. Like it was just like upsetting. I was like, this again. I'm like, okay.
Because there's so many weapons and so many like sorceries and faith things and everything. There's so much that you can do, and everyone does like the same 3 things.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, there's like 50 Ashes of War in the game.
Yeah. That was the other thing. I don't know if there were some weapons that had the unique Ashes of War that I wish I could have changed. I was like, I'd rather put something else. I don't know why they made that decision to be like, no, these aren't allowed.
Right.
Who cares? But yeah.
I would have to agree.
Final question I have is, what ending did you go for in your first,
Well,
or whatever one you were like, this is the ending I want?
In my first playthrough, I usually always just do the classic, whatever it is. So I got the classic Elden Lord, baby. Make me the Elden Lord.
Yeah.
But my favorite ending is probably, I think the coolest ending is the Frenzied Flame. But I don't know. The Ronnie ending is pretty good.
My ending is the Frenzied Flame all the way.
It's
I
a
don't
classic.
Because I literally, before I knew I was going to do the Frenzied Flame ending, I literally got all the stuff because I fought Millennia and everything to get rid of it. And I was like, no way. I'm not doing this. So I literally went and I killed every NPC to save them from the flame. So all my friends, I went back. Kale, the merchant from the beginning, I was like, sorry, buddy. Killed him. Went around, killed everybody, did the Frenzied Flame, lit it up. Sky went on fire. That's what I want. That's what this world deserves.
You think?
I think so.
But yeah, apparently there's like 7 endings.
Yeah.
That's cool. The one thing though that bothered me is like all the endings have a different like interpretation of like what the Erd Tree looks like when it's over. Like the normal like base like Elden Lord ending, the Erd Tree is normal again, and then like obviously in Ronnie's ending, like the world is night all the time, and the Frenzied Flame it's fucking exploded and there's fire everywhere.
Yeah.
I wish it would stay like that in your world.
In your world, yeah.
But it doesn't. Like you beat the game and then you just like go back out. It's just like Third Tree's on fire from earlier.
That would have been really cool if they
bothered
could
me.
have done that.
Yeah.
Especially because the Frenzied Flames, like Sky,
It's
and
so
everything looks so
cool.
cool.
I guess there must have probably just been a reason they couldn't do that, but it still makes me sad.
Yeah. Also because in the Frenzied Flame ending, if that happened, then your head would be like a flame. So
Right, but that would be kind of cool.
that would be sick.
They could have just made it like a helmet.
Right, yeah, it's totally the helmet, not
Frenzied
or like
helmet.
just an appearance thing. Like you can go to the mirror and just take it off, or whatever.
I don't know.
Good game.
Cool though. Yeah, very good game. One more thing that we saw actually.
saw.
Just like what, 2 days ago?
Yeah,
We saw everything, everywhere, all at once.
And that was crazy.
Good film.
This movie is good. You've probably seen
Somebody talk about
somebody talk about it. Somebody give it high praise. It's a hard film to hate. That's easy to say.
It's just so fun.
It's so fun. They just had a blast with it. You can tell everyone on screen just seems to be having a good time. You know, not like literally like, oh, in the movie, this is great, but just the performers and just so many fun, inventive things they do. Fun is the word.
It's just a fun, creative movie.
Yeah, hating on this movie is difficult because it's like saying, I don't like it when movies take risks, or, you know, I don't like it when movies try something new, or I don't like it when they try to, you know, challenge what a normal movie looks like.
Right.
You know? So it's tough to say anything negative because it feels like you're harshing on everything. The film, do we want to say what it's like about? Because I'll be real, I didn't know.
You didn't know anything?
I knew it was like the multiple universes colliding. That's it.
Yeah. I feel like that's all you should ever tell anybody.
Yeah.
It's like a multiverse movie. Mm-hmm. That's it.
And especially in the climate now where, you know, the big blockbuster tentpole films, that's what they're dealing with now.
Right.
It came out at a perfect time.
I think that this movie potentially will make Doctor Strange worse.
Right. It really could. That's a good point. It really could make Doctor Strange be like,
Because I feel like, you know, if a lot of people see this movie, then everyone goes and sees Multiverse of Madness, which everybody is.
Yes.
They're like, damn, Everything Everywhere All at Once did better.
For real.
And it's like, oof.
That would be tough. That is a good point, though.
So, I don't know.
I say see it. Go see it, like, right now.
Oh, yeah, go see it.
If you can. I know
It's totally worth
for a long time it was hard to see, but it has a wide release now.
Yep, everywhere.
So go see it while you can.
It's very fun. Have a good time. Don't let yourself laugh.
Yeah, please. I do wonder what the audition process was like to be a young man walking into a room in front of a camera, casting director, everybody, being like, hello, you know, my name is blah, 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 giving them all the information. I'm reading for the part of man who shoves trophy up ass, number 2.
Number 2.
Like, what is that process like?
I'm auditioning for Alpha Jumper Edgelord.
Right, exactly. Please, like, come on. That must have been an experience.
I'm sure.
But yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once from Daniels.
Daniels, the directing duo.
Directing duo Daniels.
Yeah.
Damn, Daniels.
Damn, Daniels.
Back at it again with the good films. And was that it?
That was it for me, man.
I have 2 little things.
2 little things.
Did you hear about Turning Red?
Turning Red. It's the film. Pixar film.
It's the movie that people were mad about for whatever reason. It's good. It's cute.
Why were they mad?
Because they're like, if you're not friends with the director, then you won't like this movie because it's full of like in jokes and blah, blah, blah. And the in jokes are girls have periods.
Oh.
So, because that's what the movie's like about. And it's about just like, kind of like a generational trauma almost, you know, kind of similar to another movie. And it's good. She turns into a red panda. It's super cute. The girls are like full of personality. They're like a little gang of girls, you know. They're emotive. They're allowed to be like people, you know. It's very cool. She like writes like they're obsessed. It's a small plot point, but they have this like crush on this like gas station worker.
Okay.
Who's just like this 17-year-old like kid. They're just like, he's so hot and he's just sitting there with like a blank expression on his face. Seems realistic. And I watched Parallel Mothers.
Oh.
New Almodovar.
Yeah.
And it was
That's exciting.
pretty interesting. It was Penelope Cruz. Wow. Really good in this.
She's great.
She's great in everything, but in this I was like, oh, okay, really, really cool. It's the story of 2 mothers. And
Are they parallel?
They are parallel most of the time. And then they go perpendicular
Whoa.
in the bed.
Hey. What?
No, I'm kidding.
That doesn't happen.
And yeah, they both have their kids. One, she's older, an older woman, Penelope Cruz, and the other actress is a young woman. She's like, I think she might even be a teenager at the beginning of the film when she has her baby.
Okay.
And it's them traversing their lives, their relationships, you know, with the fathers and whatever, and kind of coming in out of each other's lives. there's more to the movie than that. I haven't actually told you what the movie's actually about, but I don't know if I want to.
No, because I do want to see it.
Because it was a moment for me where I was like, oh, that's what the movie's about. And then it kind of goes from there. The ending is definitely something. It's maybe not what you expect. All I can say watching this movie is you shouldn't forget what the movie's actually trying to be about. Because the movie tries to be about something, and then it feels like it shifts gears and everything, but the ending kind of brings it all back. It's just like, wait, no. The movie's actually about this. Okay? Don't forget.
Okay.
So that's just a hot tip from me.
Is it as good as... I can't even... For some reason, I can't... The last film...
Pain and Glory?
Is it better than that ending?
No.
That's
that
a
ending's
classic.
great. I think I even have it on my list for endings.
It's a good ending.
So why don't we head over to the news if we're done with weeks?
The news.
The news.
The news.
Oh, Jason Statham.
Jason Statham.
We already talked
gonna
about...
fight the Meg.
Yeah. I want to do so bad. I got to stop myself.
Do it.
I'm just going to fight the Meg. I'm
Meg.
Jason Statham. And you're the Meg. And I'm going to punch you in the face.
Slap you in the face.
I'm going to kick you in the balls and give you a reach around. I'm Jason Statham.
Sounds good.
Attack on Titan Final Season Part 3 coming 2023. We already talked about that.
Yeah.
But also the Oscars happened.
The Oscars.
But did they?
The Oscars have been overshadowed.
What won Best Picture?
Coda.
Okay, great. Should we move on? Dune won like 7 awards.
Dune
whatever.
with the big sweep.
Dune sweep.
Technicals, awesome.
That's great.
Fantastic for
No
Dune.
directing, though, somehow.
Not even a nom.
Not even a nom.
Very upsetting. Dune, I mean, good job. 6 Oscars, that's big. Not a lot of movies say they won 6 Oscars. But I'm just hopefully Dune Part 2, we can get the
20
Lord
Oscars.
of the Rings 13 Oscars.
Yes, dude.
Give me that.
I would love that. But the main thing that happened that everyone's going to remember it for, which sucks because it does sincerely overshadow all the awards, even before this, because you didn't even watch the Oscars.
Listen, yeah, true story. I didn't even watch the Oscars. Crazy.
This was even before the slap, in quotes. This was the worst Oscars show.
I heard it was unreal
It
boring.
was so bad, like the worst. Like you thought last year was bad, or the year before, or the year before.
Right.
This year was
Really bad.
bad because it just felt like there was no respect for any of the films. A lot of the jokes of the night were like at the creators and the film's expense, you know, because they made like
So stupid.
they made something like the winner of this award's of the next award's gonna win a very special prize. It's a movie that's never been seen before, The Last Duel by Ridley Scott, right? And it's like, okay, funny joke, but like here of all places,
Right.
Like, you know, when I don't know.
And it's like The Last Duel is like better than like a
Than
lot
the House
of,
of
the movies.
Gucci.
Yeah, that were nominated for something.
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up.
So it's weird, and it was just, and then even jokes about like Power of the Dog and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Be
they're
like-
just they've always been extremely tone deaf on why people like the
Mm-hmm.
Oscars or like even interested in like seeing people like win awards because like it's supposed to be celebrating
Yeah.
film.
and it's weird. It's just weird because there's like ribbing on a film or whatever, and like still, but it's like it doesn't feel like it's coming from a place of admiration. You know, it doesn't feel like because you can say stuff like that, but then still be like, and it's awesome, but that and it's awesome part never comes.
Right.
So it just feels weird.
And it's always like, you know, the show is about movies and we have fucking 10 musical performances from Eminem and Billie Eilish.
Beyonce and whatever.
Like why?
Like, I get that usually, see, that's the thing. Usually they're the nominated songs, but not even always.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they think that just grabs people attention. Like,
I,
it just feels like they're always playing to the wrong crowd.
they are.
They're playing to the people who already hate the Oscars. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know.
It's unbelievable.
Maybe they'll get their act together at some point. But then the slap happened.
And everyone was like, great.
Everyone was like, fantastic. So Chris Rock made a joke about Will Smith's wife's hair
Looking like G.I. Jane.
looking like G.I. Jane, which is like such a dated joke to begin with. And Will Smith got mad. He walked up on stage. He slapped Chris Rock, sat down. He said, you know,
Keep your wife's name out your fucking mouth.
my wife's name.
Yeah. I'm going to, okay?
Okay, good. That was a good recreation. And then, of course, the memes were everywhere.
Oh
Everyone
my
doing
god,
their
the memes
edits,
are just way too funny.
the Minecraft edits, the JoJo edits, the
So
whatever they
good.
need, everywhere. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
No, it's fucking stupid. And it's just dumb.
I think it's a shame that this is what this year's Oscars are going to be remembered for. When there were good films in the running.
Yeah, and like a lot of cool people won awards, like the first like deaf person won.
You know
an
what else
award.
was stupid that happened?
What's up?
When they came out to do the animation one, they like basically called animated movies kids movies. They're like, animated movies are great for kids and families to get together and watch. When one of the movies nominated was Flea, the like gay, refugee movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro. And it was just like awful. And they were like, we haven't seen any of them except Encanto, but we've seen Encanto 50 times. I was like, okay, Disney, I get that you have a stranglehold on the Oscars, but
Yeah.
fuck off. It's like,
Oh
I
my
get that
God,
it's
bro.
your show, but like, come on.
So stupid.
So yeah, very bad. And then there was like a sexual assault joke. And I was like, bro, not the time or place.
What?
Because they were like, Timothy Chalamet, Tyler Perry, blah, blah, all the hot dudes, get up here for your COVID screening. And she started like rubbing them down, checking you for COVID. And I was like, bro. And Josh Brolin and Jason Momoa. I was like, what?
What?
I know. Like, how?
Bro, I'm
stupid
glad I
do you
didn't
have to
watch.
be?
What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, that's all messed up.
Anyway, it's totally dumb. Totally stupid. Oscars are stupid.
Yeah, Oscars are stupid.
You know what's way better than the Oscars? The Staggies.
The Staggies,
And
bro.
we had the Staggies one time only.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? They were awesome. So
Staggies are the greatest for now and forever.
they will live forever.
It can't be an episode of The Stagler without some news about Fast 10.
It's true because this is probably the most anticipated film of all time.
Brie Larson joins Fast and Furious
It's
10.
huge. There's
Vin Diesel
only
announces.
there's only one thing. This could only mean one thing.
Yeah,
Dom has a sister.
that's what I'm saying.
It's the only option, right? Brie Larson is going to be Dominic Toretto's sister, and what is his brother's name? John Cena.
John
What's his
Cena.
name?
John
Cena's sister too. Jake.
Jake, maybe. I don't
I think
know.
it is Jake. I don't know for sure though. Anyway, she's totally going to be Dominic Toretto's sister. It's pretty obvious, I believe. It would be crazy if she wasn't.
Yeah, it would be crazy. Or what about, have you seen his mom?
Dominic Toretto's mom.
I don't think, like even in the flashbacks in
No,
9, I don't think we
I
did.
don't think so.
She could be his mom. She like time
She's not old
travels. No, she time travels.
Oh,
and
okay.
she's like, we gotta help. We gotta save your dad.
Oh my god. That can't happen.
That'd be great.
Honestly, is that where we go?
What if she's Cypher's sister?
Ooh.
Yeah.
She a baddie.
Could be. No, not even. She's like, my sister's bad. You need to help me stop my sister.
Okay.
Could be
Okay.
that.
Interesting.
A lot of possibilities.
So there's
Because remember, Jason Momoa is the bad guy in this one.
right.
Yeah.
With Cypher.
With Cypher probably behind the scenes pulling the strings. And the director from
Interesting.
Hobbs and Shaw.
I'm just hoping they go real big with this one. They can do time travel, whatever, anything they want to do. But Fast 11, they got to tone it down. I think that's the way to go. You go way all
Back
the way
to
for the
street
last one,
racing.
all the way back to the roots, or maybe go crazy and then have like the finale be like, give me a pink slip race,
Right. Yeah. That
And
could
that's the
definitely
end.
happen.
classic
It could-
quarter
Pink
mile.
Slip Race would be good. Quarter mile. But it
That
could
would be
take place like on the moon, like we said, or
Right,
whatever.
they could have race wars on the moon. That'd be cool.
Yeah, exactly. That would be sweet. I think that's where they should go. Where they should up all the stakes and everything, but bring it down back to Pink Slip Race.
yeah.
So it's like we're on a volcano on the moon in a different universe.
Pink hologram race.
But it's a pink hologram race.
that would be good.
I don't know. Alrighty. Okay.
Okay,
Amazon completes 8.5 billion acquisition of MGM.
cool. The monopolization of
Everything.
everything continues. Very cool. Thank
Great.
you.
Anthony Mackie to
Yo.
open film and TV studio in New Orleans. City mayor supports decision.
What's it going to be called? Plan A?
What?
Get it?
No.
It was a joke because Brad Pitt's company is called Plan B. And his name's Brad, and Anthony's name is Anthony. Starts with A, so his would be Plan A.
That would make sense.
It was just, I guess, it was just too smart of a joke.
Yeah, it's just too much for me.
It was like Rick and Morty level.
That was. Do you write for them? But this is cool.
That is cool.
It's going to be 20 acres of land in this southern city. So there you go.
Nice.
Very cool. Always like to track stuff like that. Speaking of stuff like that, Chris Stuckman, Project Shelby Oaks breaks Kickstarter record for a horror movie.
I saw this. That's really cool.
This is very cool. Chris Stuckman, he's the internet man, and he's making his own movie. That's awesome.
He is. We will see it.
I will definitely check it out. Maybe it'll be playing.
We can get Stuckmanized in the theater.
Yeah, I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping.
You know, we honestly could possibly be lucky enough to like be at the theater.
I know. I was thinking if
film.
like maybe the one in Cleveland Heights, you know,
like the one where like he's there and he talks.
Right, that'd
like,
be very cool. I would be totally down to do that, especially because it's a horror movie and everything. It's very cool.
We could definitely probably be able to do that.
How much did you donate?
I won't say,
Right.
but I'm a big donor.
Okay, what about higher and lower? Would you do higher and lower?
Sure.
Okay, so like 100,
Higher.
1,000.
Higher.
Okay, that's okay. I'll stop there. Spy Kids remake from Rob Rod. Set at Netflix.
Nuh-uh. Wait, Rob Rogg's behind the...
That's what
behind
it
it?
says. It says
No
from Rob
way.
Rod.
A remake? Wait, a remake or a reboot?
A reimagining. It's a reimagining of the successful 2001 Spy Kids franchise. So there you go. Write and direct the new film. And like the original series, the new Spy Kids movie will focus on a multicultural family of international spies.
Sounds awesome. You already know I'll be there.
You know it.
God, we love Spy Kids here.
So good. We're pro Spy Kids for sure.
Absolutely. We have a whole episode about Spy
Yes. Spy Kids.
Spy Kids.
This is just a best of, folks. Inland Empire Restoration coming back to a theater near you right now.
Right now.
Just go see it, guys. Go see the restoration. David Lynch helped, so he's behind it. He knows what's up. Go check it out. I promise you, well, maybe you have seen a movie like it, but you haven't seen a movie like it that's that old, because he is always just like 10 years ahead.
How old is it?
It's like 2000 something.
Interesting.
So yeah.
Yeah. No. I will see the film.
This is how David Lynch campaigned for Laura Dern for Best Actress.
For your consideration, Laura Dern.
He just sat out on the side of the road with his cow and with a big poster of her and just campaigned.
He's great.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. How do
He's
you
a
get
great
mad
guy.
at that?
He's a great guy. One thing,
Yeah.
to touch back on the Oscars for a minute.
Oh, sure.
The future of the Oscars. So like for instance, next year, any predictions for what could happen next year at the Oscars?
Well, since Will Smith has been banned, it's going to be nothing with him. But I think maybe we'd be seeing probably a sweep, honestly. I think we're seeing a sweep where somebody's going to win them all.
Okay.
Like
Let
all
me
of
throw
them.
something out there.
Okay.
We're looking at, for the 2023 Oscars,
Mm-hmm.
a sweep. Potentially could be, at least so far, the greatest film of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the greatest film of the decade. Morbius.
The decade? I was kind of thinking like all time.
It could be. Have you seen the box office ratings? It's made $200 trillion already.
That's true. That's true. And it's for less than one weekend.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
The Morbius sweep is coming, and nobody can stop it, I don't think. Jared Leto, obviously, they might as well not even nominate anybody else for Best Actor.
Right.
He's going to win again.
Well, I wonder if they can nominate the same movie more than once. You know? Because that's, if they could, it's obvious that it deserves it. You know?
Absolutely.
Because it's kind of like, it's a movie, but it's also just like a lifestyle. You know, like how many times, like, be honest, how many times have you seen Morbius?
Probably like, geez, already 10?
I'm at 11.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I'm at like 11 and a half.
Yeah. I'm actually seeing it later today when the show's over.
I'm listening to it in my ears right now.
Wow, really?
Yeah. I have little
I
earbuds
play
in
it through in my head constantly. But
Right. Just like reimagine. But I'm like actually listening to it.
Wow, that's awesome.
Like, do you know the part he's at right now?
Yeah. Well, no, but
Yeah. I'm at the part where she's like, "You're a vampire." And he's like, "Not that kind of vampire."
Yeah.
And now he's like doing the
Morbius stuff.
you know, now he's making the sandwich like he does, and he's putting the blood ketchup bottle on.
Yeah, that was a good part.
That's my favorite part. What's your favorite part?
Favorite part's probably when he does a bunch of Morbius stuff and he does his little superhero landing, or moral ambiguous landing. He lands down and he says, "That's the Morbius."
Right. That's like the icon. That's probably what they're going to use for the best actor clip.
Yep. I mean, that's like Avengers Assemble from Endgame, but like even
Better.
way better.
Yeah, way better.
That's the Morbius. It's just classic.
I like the part where, the bad guy's like, "I hate you, Morbius," and Morbius goes, "I hate you, Lesbius." That was
that is a really good one.
That's like with great power comes great responsibility. Like I think "I hate you, Lesbias" is gonna be Morbius hates lesbians, and it's so
God,
great.
the writing is just on another level.
It's so incredible.
God, so good.
Thank you, Jared Leto, and the Morbius cast and crew.
Absolutely.
I think that does it for the news.
That does do it for the dudes.
We have our spotlight best endings.
Dispute late.
The best, maybe not the best of the best, but coolest.
Some of our favorite endings.
Some of our favorite. If I had to start with one, I know this is weird because it's coming in hot, but I just have a take that I need to say right away because I don't want to like be lame and repeat myself. But do you have your number one favorite ending of all time on that list?
Number one favorite ending of all time. Honestly,
can you say?
I don't even know if I could like say, "Oh yeah, that's my favorite ending ever."
I could. I've made a decision because I'm trying to be more decisive in life.
Well, I think I know what yours is going to be.
I know. You already do know, so you can say it for me. I've already made that decision in life. I'm trying to be decisive. So my favorite ending of all time is
Beau Travail.
And it's just, that's not going to change. Well, okay. Before I saw Morbius.
Right, Morbius, obviously.
This is pre-Morbius talk because we settled this up. We didn't realize that Morbius sweep was going to happen.
Right, obviously.
But no, it's just the way it is. And I'm still thinking about it, and it's great. So
it is good. I don't know. I don't think right now I could pick my favorite ending ever.
It is tough.
It is. There's a lot of endings out there.
There's a lot of endings.
There is a lot. But I have a lot that I like a lot.
Yeah, sure.
I guess I'll kick it off with Zombievers.
Yeah, Zombievers classic.
Classic. I mean, hey, man, there's something in the road.
No, that's not that.
Classic.
Very good.
That is a classic. Do you want me to keep going, or
I mean, we can go back and forth. I'm just thinking off the top of my head now. I guess Kaiser Soze, Usual Suspects.
Yep, I had the Usual Suspects.
That's great.
All-time twist.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
Seriously, it's
just like that. He's gone.
It's one of those ones that's even if you don't know the twist, you probably know the twist just because it's so ingrained in like other stuff that was so influential.
Yeah,
in
it's
that way.
like the twist.
Everybody knows it at this point, so yeah, I'd have to say that.
Yep. This classic, one of my favorite films of all time, Shawshank Redemption. Maybe the happiest ending ever to a movie.
Yeah.
The two bros chilling on the beach. They're millimeters apart because they might be gay.
Prison, stuff happens. Don't worry about it.
But I mean, there's just not a film that makes you feel that good at the end. Classic. The beach. They get the big hug. Seeing your bro again after however long.
Yeah,
long
years.
time. That's just classic. Makes you feel so good.
It's the taste of freedom.
It is.
There Will Be Blood.
Oh, yep, I have that.
It's a fantastic ending.
What is he?
Drink your milkshake.
No, but what's the very final line in the movie after he kills?
He's
Paul
like,
Dano?
he doesn't he say it's finished?
Something like
it's
that.
like it's finished. Like the movie's over. Like it's finished. Or I'm finished. Maybe it's one of the two. It's something along those lines for sure.
My straw reaches all the way. Ah, great.
Talk about bowling, Twitter.
You know what we're talking about.
There's a bowling pin scene. So
there's plenty of bowling. Bowling balls and bowling pins.
Yeah.
Good. They both get a lot of action.
What else?
Prisoners.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
Good.
One of the best, like, up in the air. And, there's...
Yes.
I feel like a lot of endings we've done so far are, like, classic. Well, Beau Travail, I guess, could be kind of up in the air.
Yeah, true.
Or very up in the air.
Yeah.
But just, Prisoners classic, up in the air. Does he actually hear him or no? I don't know. He does, in my opinion.
He does hear him. I mean, if you wanted to go up in the air, I don't agree with it, but a lot of people would say Nocturnal Animals with that. It's just the thing.
Yeah, classic ending.
I think maybe just we could talk about just endings in general that we like the type of endings.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the type of endings that we often enjoy, ones where they let you kind of come to terms with everything at the end of the film.
Yep, you come up with what happened.
Basically. And there you go. You have it. It just feels like it leaves me on a note that the filmmaker trusted me. And that's a good feeling. You know,
I agree.
there's some TV shows, movies, whatever. I wish I could remember what it was, but there was some TV show that I saw. I didn't really watch it, but I just like a friend watched it, and I like
Okay.
popped in now and again. And the ending was so final that not only did you see the characters grow old and die, you saw them go to heaven and reunite with their loved ones. That's how final this show wanted to be.
Wow.
It's like, look, they lived their whole life, had a family, died, and then went to heaven. The end. Like, that's incredible.
Holy shit, yeah.
That's a lot of
That
closure.
ties it up.
Too much closure, maybe,
That ties it up big time.
to me.
Same vein as Nocturnal Animals, though, like same kind of the lobster. They basically have the same ending.
They do. It's very similar,
I'm
yeah.
just kind of like, ooh,
Except
someone gets left.
one may be missing an eye. We don't know.
Potentially, or his life.
Or his life. Yes.
Or neither.
If you want to talk downer endings,
Ooh, downer?
we
See
talk
if
about
I got any downers
The
here.
Descent, which is a little horror flick about
The whole in the title, the down.
exactly the cave spelunkers go on an adventure and they find mutated people, and you know they start getting picked off one by one. And this actually had like two different endings. One ending, I think it was the American ending. The final girl gets out of the cave. She's running. She goes to the road. She drives away, and it's like the end, right? I think maybe a ghost screams at her.
Okay.
But in the original ending, that all happens. The ghost screams at her. Then you find out that she didn't escape the cave at all. She's still stuck at the bottom, and she's hallucinating because she's gone crazy from being down in the cave so long. Oh. And that's the end.
That's what I wish would have happened in 47 Meters Down.
Right. Yeah. And I think an ending like that, especially when you're dealing with a horror movie, just to have that kind of gut punch, like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the end. But it's still satisfying is the important thing at the end of the
Yeah.
day. It's still like, you get what's going on.
Absolutely. Sad endings. Infinity War. God, does it get
so
more sad than that?
So sad.
I don't want to go, Mr. Stark.
I don't feel so good.
I mean,
Or whatever.
come on.
Yeah.
Not as good as the one scene from Morbius, but
Yeah. What did you think of the ending of Morbius?
I mean, we already talked. It's incredible.
Yeah.
God, it's so good.
Sad, but happy,
Uplifting.
erotic.
Oh my God.
So
yes.
erotic. Oh my gosh. It got my
They
blood
really have to
flowing.
clean the seats after.
Oh, gross.
They already disinfected, but they had to go.
They
They
did
bring the
they
fire
did.
hose.
I think it was funny because the theater I went to actually had like the theme park kind of ride thing where it would spray the disinfectant. Like, in a theme park where you're watching a screen, you go into a waterfall and they spray the water at you.
Yeah.
It had that, but like for disinfectant, like during
Wow.
that scene.
Yeah.
Just to really some of it was caught in air, like just disinfected.
Yeah. So it was really good.
Just good.
Oh my God. Let's talk about Django Unchained.
Django Unchained.
I like that ending a lot because cool guys do look at explosions.
Oh yeah. That's the only cool thing to do. It's a pretty good ending.
It's just it's a uplifting. He kills everybody. He gets his wife back.
It's like a cathartic ending for sure.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, yeah, good. Which isn't maybe something you always get in
Right.
a lot of movies. There's usually a bad edge to it or whatever.
I feel like Tarantino's pretty good overall at making like the classic that is good. I mean, think about his past like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Same
Happy
idea.
ending.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck yes, this
Yeah.
is awesome. Inglourious Bastards, they fucking kill Hitler.
Pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that is a special brand of ending.
it is a classic. And I feel like it wouldn't work if he walked away from the explosion. I don't know. It's better that he turns around and he looks at it and he's like, yeah, fuck this
I
house.
agree. It does work better that way. I have Mulholland Drive, which can't spoil.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
But I don't know what I mean by the ending because I don't. I don't know if I mean silencio, or if I mean,
Right, yeah.
or if I mean the box, or like basically everything after the box.
What's in the box?
Everything 7. There you go. Good ending. Everything after the box is kind of what I was thinking, even though that's like a lot of the movie. But even just the ending's good too. And that's all good. That's all I can say.
Interesting. I'll have to see it.
Another one that I could say is relatively open-ended. Kind of.
Open-ended, kind of. Spy Kids 3D, game over. In my opinion, obviously, it's the greatest crossover in the history of film.
Yeah.
It doesn't get much better than the whole family getting called together.
Avengers has a lot to thank for it, so it works out.
And you can tell that they learned. Also, Spirit, the stallion
How
of
does Spirit
Cimarron.
end?
Dude, he chases the eagle again. He races
Oh,
his
yeah,
little eagle
okay,
friend,
sure.
and he's free.
Yeah,
and
he's
he's
free.
back with the herd.
I just guess that the specifics of the ending, I was like, I know it goes good.
So good, so emotional. Beautiful ending.
One of the ones I had was Clue, which is that comedy movie based off the board game.
Right.
And the cool thing about the ending was that there was multiple endings about who the killer could have been. So there was like, I think 3 endings. You know, this is what would happen if she was the killer, or if she was the killer, or if he was the killer. And then they have the true ending at the end, which has one of my favorite lines to ever end on a movie, which is Michael McKean, Chuck from Better Call Saul, saying,
nice.
he's the police officer's like, "What are you going to do?" He goes, "I'm going to go home and sleep with my wife." It's just a very funny line.
That is funny. Speaking of, you said Better Call Saul, we'll talk about television. Some TV endings. Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot's
Quite possibly the most satisfying television ending. You know, looking back on it, it's been like 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't thought about, I think about Mr. Robot a lot,
Yeah.
but I haven't thought about Mr. Robot and been like, man, I wish I would know what happened after.
Yeah. No,
I've
it's
never
done.
once been like, nope. I'm like, boom, this is it. Perfect. It
And
adds
that's
up everything
that's good
really
because that's the point of the ending,
right.
you know, which was always funny because on the night of the finale, like premiere, Sam Aswell was like live tweeting, of course.
Yeah.
And a few of the cast people were like live tweeting, and as soon as the show ended, Joey Badass like tweeted out, "Leon spinoff when?" Hashtag
Yes.
Leon or
Thank
whatever.
you, Joey.
I was like, thanks, that's great.
The Leon spinoff, I would watch.
I would watch.
I would watch. Breaking Bad,
Yeah, very good ending.
classic ending.
Of the Breaking Bad show.
Yep. No El Camino.
El Camino.
We don't talk about El Camino.
Better Call Saul, we have to see
We have to see. Who knows what they'll do.
soon.
But does that even count as an ending?
What do you mean?
I mean, I guess Better Call Saul is over, but the story's not really over because we know what happens.
Yeah, I guess, but at least all the other characters.
True.
Yeah.
True. And then last, for television, I have a Bebop.
Oh, yeah. Television.
Cowboy Bebop.
Didn't
Classic
even think about
ending.
that one. Thinking about like television. That's good. I'm trying to think of now of all the things I could think
You're going to
of.
carry that weight. That's just a fucking
Yeah,
banger.
That's a line. You have like this the stick on your car, or is it on your laptop or wherever? You got
I have
sticker?
the squad on my car.
Right. Yeah. It's very cool.
I think I have You're Going to Carry That Weight on
Yeah. There it
Yeah.
goes.
right here.
Classic
right next
line.
To Mr. Robot.
I mean, yeah, we can just look at the back of your thing and see all the good endings.
Yeah.
Naruto, or is that? I don't know.
Where's Naruto? Yeah,
There it
Naruto.
is.
Sasuke, Naruto.
Did MASH have a good ending? I don't know.
MASH, I don't know either. I don't really remember. Jaws, great ending.
Yeah.
Kill Bill, pretty cool. My Hero's not over yet. Hunter x Hunter's also not over. Hunter x Hunter will never be over, so we'll never know if it has a good ending. Jeez.
Wow.
I'm just knocking everything over now.
Jeez. Another ending I had here was Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Oh.
How terrific. So emotional, so emotionally charged. The performance the actress gives,
Oh, yeah.
just tracking on her face as the music swells. So
Music's
good.
so good. Especially because it's like the first time you hear music. Like the whole
In
movie,
the whole movie,
and it's like
basically.
so loud and
Yeah.
so overwhelming. Very, very good stuff. Silence of the Lambs. That's a classic. Like
Yeah.
dang.
'Cause
Because he's
it-
like, I'll be having. What does he say? I'll be having the senator over for dinner.
Yeah,
or
something
like
like
whatever.
that, yeah.
Classic, because you know what he means. Not for dinner, but for dinner.
For dinner.
Classic. You know, the phone call. Hello, Clarice.
Another, I guess you could call that a downer, sort of.
Kinda, but you know, also kind of like
Exciting.
yeah.
It's
You're like,
exciting
ooh,
for sure.
wow, dang, you made it.
TV shows, just because you mentioned it, and I'm just going
Yeah.
to say it, even though I don't think it's like the best ending ever, I was surprised that a show like Z Nation, because I have to shout out Z Nation.
Z
on the final
Nation,
episode.
yes.
Let's
go.
I was surprised on a show that it was 5 seasons, like a sci-fi asylum production, in its 5th season, where I don't think they even knew they were like canceled by the end of it, was able to scramble together something that was a pretty fulfilling, satisfying ending. And do you want me to just go ahead and say
Yes. What happens?
they have the whole show has been, let's get Murphy to this lab to create a vaccine because the vaccine is in his blood. Has the only one. He's immune to zombie bites, whatever. He's also like magic because he can like control zombies with his mind now, but whatever. Gets to the lab, it's destroyed, blah, blah, blah. They end up finding the one doctor. There's a bunch of this chaos. There's this new community. The doctor ends up dying, right? And they're like, that's it. That's it. There's nothing left.
Dang.
Whatever. Murphy, this is something that has been set up previously, but Murphy finds her body. He eats her brain, and he learns how to create the vaccine because he gets memories from eating the brains.
Nice.
And so it ends with him just picking up the brain, eating it, looking up, and he's like, fuck yeah, I got it.
Holy shit.
And that's the end. And you're like, yeah, man. That's like...
That's awesome.
You get it? You're like, oh, okay, it solves. No problem. It's all good.
Wow.
It's such an easy way for them to have wrapped everything up and been like, the path to rebuilding has arrived. Finally, at the end of the show. It's what they always set out to do. There it was, end. It was perfect.
Interesting.
And
you know what? That reminds me, since we were just doing movies, then we got on television, games.
Right, games
Games
in
have
general.
endings.
Games do have
The
endings.
Last of Us,
Last
the
of
first
Us.
one.
Last of Us ending in the first game.
Wow,
Very, very good.
That was like that's a zinger.
That is a zinger. Okay.
Boom. Cue the music. Okay. Wait, I gotta make an edit of that or
You
something.
can edit that if you'd like.
Jeez, and
Pac-Man.
great ending.
When you get that final cherry and you go... "Burr, burr, 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 burr." Pac-Man doesn't end, does it?
I don't know if Pac-Man ends.
Probably not. I think you just play it until your high score is forever.
Really.
Probably.
Black Ops 3, Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
I have no idea what the ending of that is.
Highly contested. Well, it's not even contested. I feel like most people hate Black Ops 3, but they didn't do what me and my best friend Doug did, which was beat the whole campaign on realistic difficulty, which is by far the hardest thing I've ever done.
Wow.
In any game ever. An incredible accomplishment, and I will flex that forever. The ending, when they ask you who you are and you say that you're Taylor, which is not who you are.
Oh.
Big cliffhanger, number one. Huge mind bend. What is happening? And I just want them to continue that story because I really need to
But they
know
won't.
what the hell is going on.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
Since Black Ops 3, there was a fourth.
Black Ops 4 came out, but they had no campaiin.
Oh, God.
They didn't continue the story.
That's crazy.
So they need to come out with Black Ops 3.5.
That's stupid.
I really, really want to know what happens.
What other games are there that have good endings?
I think.
There's so many games.
It doesn't really. I don't know if it really counts because you kind of make your own ending. But Until Dawn.
Yeah, I mean, any of those story games is good. In the vein of that, the original Walking Dead, Telltale game.
Telltale.
I love the ending of that because it's so bittersweet, and all the characters that you've come to love are now all dead.
Yeah, really great stuff.
It's awesome. And even the final season of that ending was pretty good too, but nothing tops the original in that regard.
Right. Of course.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to. I guess maybe there's not that many video games that have superior endings.
Yeah, endings that are like really good isn't too often, I think, in video games. Like there's video games ending where you're like, that was a good boss, and the story ends.
Right.
Which is different than kind of what we're going for now, where it's like the story ending is like, oh wow, perfect, fantastic, blown away.
Yeah, because even like God of War was like really good, but it's not really like an ending because it's just like leading into the next thing. It just kind of gets you excited. It's
The
not
next
really,
game
like,
though could have a banger ending for sure.
It could. There's only one way to know.
Gotta get there.
Gotta play it, right? Back to movies though. Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
Oh man, that's a classic. Villain wins. I
that
guess
is a villain win movie.
Geez, yeah. He will never ever put you in a situation that he would not put himself in.
What is it? It's like JTV or something, or what is he called? Little Production. JTV is the jewelry channel. I don't think they could make it that.
I can't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, hey, it's a good scoop. That's all I can say.
Good scoop,
Yeah,
like good soup.
no, good scoop. Like a journalist getting a new story is like a scoop.
Mm-hmm.
So watching someone die in front of you is a pretty good scoop.
The scoop.
And just letting it happen.
Velvet Buzzsaw.
Velvet Buzzsaw.
How's that end? Is that when is the ending the tattoo?
Tattoo. Yeah.
God, that movie's horrible.
I'm mad that you mentioned it.
So upsetting.
Elephant Sitting Still. 4-hour movie where the ending is like, ugh.
Okay, here's the deal. I want to formally apologize to all listeners of the Stagler.
I mentioned Elephant Sitting Still on the very first episode because it was Hubo like first only movie, and now here I am mentioning it on the very last episode,
And I still have not seen it. I know.
despite
I know.
owning it.
I know. I own it. It's in the living room right now.
It's
I
4
know where
hours.
it is. But it is a 4-hour film. That's just a lot to commit. Mm-hmm. And every now and then you're just really not in the mood.
But I've seen it, and you know what? Good ending.
And I want to see it. I really do.
And I mentioned it before. I hate repeating myself from the very first episode, but you watch the movie ending, and then you read the little booklet, and you read the short story, and then you're like, wow.
Wow.
And it hits you again.
I want to see it. I want to see it. I don't know what to say.
You can tweet about it when you eventually watch it.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter. Right there.
Right there.
Right there.
Or for the audio listeners, at
_, dictionary.
Perfect.
Like the word dictionary, but instead of a D, it's an N.
yeah. And mine's at Mervillion YT.
Yeah,
So
buddy.
there you go.
Moneyball.
Yeah.
Maybe my favorite movie ever.
Good ending.
You're such a loser, Dad.
Such a loser, Dad.
It's good.
It's relatable.
Oh, yeah. First Reformed.
First Reformed, yes. I can't believe I didn't write that one down.
Classic.
First Reformed is very good. Another that is open-ended, I suppose, if you want to look at it a certain way, because it's definitely freaky deaky.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite part of the movie was the ending because it just felt so brave,
Oh, yeah.
bold ending. For
Brave and
sure.
bold.
Brave and bold.
Great stuff. Casablanca. That's just a classic film. It's the beginning of a beautiful friendship, man.
Yeah, classic films classic films knew how to end, didn't they? Just give a banger line, have that score, just go end.
Boom.
Rosebud.
Psycho. Rosebud.
Yeah.
Freaking what's the Christmas one? It's
It's
a Wonderful
Wonderful Life,
Life.
sure.
God, so good.
You would say that's not a Christmas movie though.
It's not really about Christmas.
Yeah.
It's not.
What about books? We didn't talk about books.
Books. Well, see, I just recently started reading, like within the past few years, so I haven't really got to read many books because for some reason the first series that I wanted to tackle was the Song of Ice and Fire by George R. R. Martin, which is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
So I can't really say I've read many books that are like, have endings.
I think the saddest ending of a book I've ever read was the autobiography of Benjamin Franklin.
How's that end?
He dies.
What the fuck, dude? No.
Oh, that's good. I don't know. I think is that our endings? Do you have more to share?
Let's see. Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah,
With
classic.
the Statue of Liberty.
It's America the whole time.
Bro, what? It's Earth more than just America. He wasn't sitting there like Russia got taken over by apes.
Sorry, that was just the American in me.
I know.
Trying to be the center of attention.
I get you.
It's my fault. I'm trying to be better.
That'd be so funny though. Because imagine if because you're probably right. If it was like the Kremlin or something at the end of the movie instead of the Statue of Liberty, I bet there would have been a lot of viewers who were like, "What? I don't get it." I would like to do a special shout out if we're just talking about types of endings.
Yeah.
Any movie that ends with a dance number, obviously, Beau Travail.
Beau Travail, hello.
But like Shrek, song and dance, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Trolls World Tour ended on a song and dance, like it must have.
Most definitely.
Morbius,
Morbius. Oh my god. Morbius, so good.
Any movie that ends with like a song and dance number with all the characters singing a song, that's terrific. I unironically love it. I think it's awesome.
The Voices, have you seen that?
Yes, the voice is Ryan Reynolds.
They sing at the end of that one.
That's a great ending.
Sing
Fucked
a
up
happy
movie.
Song, sing a happy song.
That literally movie just were maybe one of the worst. I hated watching the kills in that movie.
Why?
It was awful because it was disturbing to watch.
Yeah, it's a pretty fucked up film.
Yeah. But yeah, song and dance ending, so it has to be on here.
Is there another good musical ending?
I did say Shrek. Shrek 2, right? Ends with the musical, right?
Yeah, Shrek 2 is the one with Fairy Godmother
Yeah,
does.
that's good.
Classic. Trying to think. I guess I can't really think of them off the top of my head. That has like a musical number, like not like
Not just music at the end.
It's got to be people performing. I guess not.
I wish I would have thought of Lion right away when making this list, but I didn't.
Lion has a notoriously, at least between the two of us, horrendous ending. Well,
No,
wrong.
That's wrong.
That is wrong.
It has a terrific ending.
It has, it's fantastic ending, but they ruin it with the song choice for the credits.
Yeah, and it's just like really takes you out of the emotional moment you're trying to have. But yeah, because it is it's like a little bit of a reveal at the end, of just like what's been going on, sort of like literally like the end credits reveal, and it's an immediate tone change to like this famous pop song from whoever, and it just doesn't work.
Oh God! Still, I just can't. You're like crying because it's like so sad.
And then it's like, come on, everybody, dance! Like they might as well have had the actors come out and start dancing.
hey guys,
Maybe it would have been better.
what'd you think of Lion? Yes, it was so good when he finds out that his brother's been dead the whole time. Oh yeah, dude, my favorite part.
Just imagine that.
His brother got hit by a train, dude,
Like when he was 5.
and he thought he was alive the whole time, but he's not.
Okay, great. Is that it? I'm done. Is our reviews of the week time?
What, you want to talk
What?
about Morbius ending again, just one more time?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I could talk about it all day.
I mean,
Can we talk about the beginning first?
sure.
Because I love the idea of showing all the credits at the beginning of the movie
Yes. So that
and at the end.
yes.
That was really, they love their cast and
In
crew.
the midpoint too, they did it.
The midpoint to the intermission, of course, where it was before the intermission. Then it said intermission. It was a 2-hour break. Then it came back, played the credits again after the
Right.
intermission, and then the movie started again. So you get to see the credits 4 times.
In the intermission, they have this really great graphic that plays where it's Morbius and he's like pointing like Uncle Sam and he's like, Morbius wants you to go take a poopy.
Yes, exactly. Morbius wants you to go to the lobby, which is weird that they put him because they put go to the lobby first and then go take a poopy. So at my theater, a lot of people actually went to the lobby to take a poopy.
Oh, that's classic Morbius.
Classic Morbius, But anyway, what did you want to say?
About the Morbius ending?
Yeah.
Oh, I just figured we'd just bring it up again.
Oh, just bring it up again. I mean, terrific child actors.
Oh my God.
The animal actors, great.
Revolutionary cinematography.
Truly, the effects. I mean, I literally thought it was real.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
I thought they actually got him to come in to make the cameo, like actually Garfield, but it was just the CG because of course he's dead. And it reminded me of the Zombieland 2 ending. We need to talk about Zombieland 2 ending.
Right.
Garfield 3 Flabby Tabby.
God, yes, that's really good.
That
ending.
was good. So to see Morbius kind of add on to that,
Right.
was really, really good.
And obviously the song choice of RESPECT at the end.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well,
when
the song
he was
choice to
singing
do that song and then also at the same time play "Sexy Back" was like Altman-esque, you might say. You know?
Yeah.
It's just fantastic.
it. God, so good. I just wish that Stanley Kubrick could have been here to see this.
I was literally about to say the same thing.
It's just, God,
It's
he
terrific.
would have loved Morbius.
He would have loved Morbius. I wish David Lynch was still alive. He would have loved to see Morbius. I know he would have.
Most definitely. Anyway, that does it.
That does it for Morbius.
Talking about the endings.
Yeah. So we have reviews. Come on, it's the last time.
The reviews of the week. Oh man.
Perfect.
Let's see
Let me
what
bring
we
mine
got.
up real quick here. I'm ready.
You want me to go first or you?
I can go first.
Okay, you go first.
3 out of 10 from Smegma23. The near universal public acclaim for this movie is the strongest evidence I've found to date that I am not actually one human among several billion on a planet called Earth, but a lone brain or computer program in a laboratory run by an evil scientist or possibly a very sick teenager.
God, that one really sent me for a loop. I have no idea.
This is a tough one because it doesn't give you a lot. But
Is it Turning Red?
No. It is for Clue.
Ah.
Which, that's kind of a long shot for that one because he's just
Yeah.
going on his own. He's writing his own movie.
He really is.
Just real quick. What do you got for me?
Okay. This is pretty long.
Okay, good.
Thought I got a real classic here for the last one. It'll give it away, but it's worth it.
Okay.
What can I say? I laughed. I cried. I smiled. I got scared. I shit my pants. Actually, everyone shit their pants. Morbius did not just eclipse.
I already knew.
Morbius did not just eclipse Jack and Jill as the greatest film ever released by Sony Pictures, nor did it just obliterate Battlefield Earth as the medium's greatest achievement. It transcends film. It transcends literature. It transcends art. It transcends human comprehension. I only gave it a 5 out of 5 because I couldn't give it an infinity out of 5 because this website sucks dick and is stupid. Morbius invented humanity. The instant the Marvel logo shows up on the screen, you actually physically leave your seat because you are gravitating. And then Jared Little. Oh my God, sweet Jared Little. I feel so bad for him. He'd spent so many years being too little. He was too little to fit on the screen in Suicide Squad, but the instant he shows up on screen, I came and pissed and shit my pants. The instant he appeared and looked at the screen and said, "I'm acting." Everyone said in unison, "Wow, he is literally me." Jared Little brings so much to this movie that he becomes Jared Biggle by the end. In fact, after walking out of the theater, I joined his cult and am going to every 30 Seconds to Mars concert and am taking a vacation on the island where he has a cult and he walks around dressed up like Jesus because Jared Little is Jesus. Morbius might in fact be the second coming of Christ. I don't think anyone is prepared for this movie. It is not going to be April. It is Morbi April.
That's funny that, he kind of panned it where we have a much higher opinion of the film. I think that's kind of funny that there's that disconnect.
Yeah.
Where some people don't see it, don't praise it as highly as we do. But I respect his opinion,
Right.
but he just doesn't get it.
Nah,
It's so much better than that.
absolutely.
But whatever. That was a good one. That was maybe the best one.
I told you I went hard for it.
We do have an email. Don't tell them the email. Doesn't matter.
It's the final email.
It's final email, so there's no place to send your emails anymore. I mean, if you send them, they'll just build in an inbox until Google shuts the account down.
Right.
But we have a last one.
This is the final email.
It says, "Congrats. Hey, Justin and Nick." I'm Justin. He's Nick.
Yep.
I don't think we even said that.
I'm Nick.
I'm
In
Justin.
the orange.
In the red, Justin. Fight. It's really impressive you guys got 50 great episodes out of this.
Oh,
Maybe
please,
45 great episodes.
Yeah, a few of them. Come on. They can't all be great.
I thoroughly enjoyed watching each one and look forward to the next idea you two come up with. So I guess the final question I would ask is, if you two would want to make your perfect movie, or at least a really good one, what would you make? Director, producer, leading star, just a fun speculation on what you two most enjoy seeing in movies. Because at the end of the day, aren't movies all about entertainment for the viewer? Damn the Academy. From Jordan. Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you, Jordan. Now, listen, that's a great question. And if you would have asked me that last week, I probably would have answered.
The problem, it's already been made.
Morbius just came out, so...
Well, how about the
I'm not
second
sure.
best? How about the second
The
best?
second best film.
Who would you honestly want to see? See, I don't know if I don't know if we put in, like, could we say if they were dead,
Let's just make it... We could pick anybody. Let's start with director. We could pick... Director, producer...
Leading star.
Let's just do it all.
Okay. Roger Deakins on camera. Done.
Deakins,
Easy.
absolutely. I'm gonna have to choose, or should it be like a draft? Should there only be like one option for each? Like you take Deakins, I have to pick somebody else.
I was thinking we do a movie together.
Oh, we make a movie together.
Yeah, we're making the Stagler movie.
Roger Deakins behind the camera,
Yeah,
obviously.
of course.
Easy peasy.
Director.
Director.
Who do we have directing?
That's a toughie.
That is a
Anybody
toughie.
ever?
Anybody ever?
Well,
George Washington?
What kind of film do you want to George Washington. What kind of movie do you want?
I want to make a good movie, but I think
What genre?
the best would be that incorporates both of our interests would be something that is kind of along the lines of like Alien. It's sci-fi horror, at least sci-fi drama, you know, with like dark elements, like dark sci-fi sort of thing, or like dark even, you know, it's just that gritty with that sci-fi edge because I know I enjoy the like, you know, the of it. You enjoy the of it.
Okay.
Yin and yang.
Yes.
Now, who would best handle that?
I'm going to throw a name out. Doesn't have to be the name we pick right off the bat.
Okay.
Just put stuff in the hat. Fincher.
Fincher.
Fincher out there.
That is
Very
interesting.
precise.
Definitely the tone you could go for. He's a bit of a perfectionist, I hear.
Yeah.
There's always Garland, who has a track record for this type of film.
Garland.
I mean, Men already is looking kind of like what we're talking about.
Garland. I mean, fuck. You know I'm a huge Alex Garland fan.
That's true. That's true.
Jeez. And I'm trying to fit the feel. I'm trying to think.
I know. What about, why don't we go on to star? Like maybe star. Who do we want to see starring in this? Anybody.
Anybody as the star of my film. Our film.
Our film. Thank you.
Our sci-fi horror.
Maybe it's us.
Me and you?
Maybe we're the stars.
No.
Marilyn?
I feel like Marilyn wouldn't work in a sci-fi horror.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Look at her.
I'm looking.
I don't know. I think maybe she could work. You know, it's kind of like it'd definitely have to be more of a psycho horror, like, you know, like Imagine Men, but instead of Jessie Buckley, it's Marilyn Monroe. And she's kind of dancing around and her skirt's flying up. And then he's like, "Are you sad that you made your husband kill himself?" And she's like, she does a little giggle.
Yes.
Either that or someone crazy like, you know, Daniel Day-Lewis back.
Daniel Day-Lewis
returns.
Honestly, we could make a huge we could have Daniel Day-Lewis on there. We could bring in Nick Cage as like a crazy person. We could have
I need Willem. I need Willem
Dafoe. Classic. Can we make a directing duo?
Yes, let's.
Okay, or a trio?
Quintet. 5
directors come to direct this film.
Or
they each direct like a part of it?
Ooh, like an anthology film, like Rooms. 4 Rooms.
It doesn't have to be anthology though. What if each act of the film, it's a 5-act film. Each act has like a different, you know, director behind it.
Okay, so who
but
we
it's all
got?
the same story. We already have Garland. Boom. Which act is he directing?
Ooh, he's got to do like 4, right?
I was gonna say he's probably like near the end. Maybe not the end, but 4 is probably good.
Act 4.
Okay. We could bring on.
Could we get like Villeneuve for like Act 5, like the ending?
You think he's the guy for that?
Think of all his endings. I don't know. They're pretty solid. And he ties everything together. He's done the book adaptation, so he knows how to like work with stuff.
I guess it depends what kind of ending.
What kind of ending we want to go to, right?
Do we want to go for like something like really big, grand, or like more like meditative thinker?
Right. Be tough. Or we could do Lynch on the ending, and then it's just like,
what the fuck?
That's the ending.
Honestly, that's not a bad idea.
Okay, then where should Denis be then if we have Lynch on Act 5?
I feel like he would then go to the beginning, Act 1.
Act 1.
He's build up, set the world up.
D&D at the beginning and end.
Yep.
D&D.
Okay,
so we got 2 and 3.
We could throw Kubrick in the middle, Act 3.
Act 3. That's where Kubrick shines.
That's what I'm saying.
Act 3. Yes.
Right in the middle. Give me something crazy right in the middle. Now we just need our Act 2 director.
Oh.
Okay. Now listen. We're going to see what you think about this.
Okay.
This one might be kind of pushing it.
Okay.
This director never really touched the genre we're going for here.
Right.
But is really great at... I'm just going to throw it up. Bigelow.
Bigelow.
Yep. I'm just going to throw Bigelow out for second act. Give me something spicy.
Wow. You know, she used to be Little Low. I buy it. I buy it. So we have that quintet. We have Willem Dafoe. We have, well,
We need writers.
we need writers. I mean, writer-directors for sure, you know.
What do you want to get Tarantino on?
To write? Definitely.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I want him doing dialogue only.
Absolutely.
No scenarios, only dialogue.
Okay.
Maybe we could get PTA in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
That could be good. You know, maybe some flashback scenes or something. Put him on those. That would be great.
Definitely. Jeez.
I mean, Sorkin.
Kind of missing lately,
He
though.
could be a scenario writer.
Could give us, like, the grand idea.
Like, you know, base it around something like this. And then we just kind of take it and...
Right. Then we get all the specifics.
Yeah.
True. Okay. All right. I like that.
I want to see Naomi Watts in the movie.
Okay. That's
I wanna
fair.
see Naomi Watts.
That's fair. I'll say right now then, Matilda Lawler.
Yeah. Let's get
Gotta
her.
be in.
Let's get her.
Some sort of child has to be in the film. Matilda. Great option. We already have Nick Cage.
Can we get, like, Steven Yeun?
Oh.
Daniel Kaluuya?
Ooh.
Oh, Lakeith Stanfield.
Oh my God. Lakeith Stanfield actually, like, all, like, being 100% is, like, really great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really great. One of the best right now, living.
That's pretty stacked, man.
Bringing Brando back from the grave.
Marlon Brando? Okay. Good. Maybe Gregory Peck?
Yeah.
But what is it called? And what's it about?
What is it called?
We know it's dark sci-fi. Dark sci-fi.
Well, hold on. We need producer.
Producer.
And I actually
Spielberg.
I was going to go for a trio, and he was one of them, actually.
Okay.
Spielberg, Cameron, and Bay.
Ooh, that's the Holy
That's
Trinity
actually
right there.
fucking crazy.
That's the Holy Trinity. But what is this movie about?
What is the film about? Well, we know that it's a horror sci-fi.
And we know it's 5 acts.
I'm thinking Nick Cage and Matilda Lawler's characters, dad, daughter, but they're on the evil side. So
I'm thinking, what if it's like 5 acts? And what if it's like multiple timelines? You know?
okay.
What if there's like 3 timelines and we have some of the actors from each timeline? Maybe the ones in the far future are like the bad ones, and the first 2 timelines who have less technology, they have less to work with, need to work to kind of like prevent them from taking control. So it's like the people in the past can affect the things that are happening in the future, but the people in the future can send people back to the past. You know? So it's one side has time travel, the other side doesn't. And they gotta like fight, and you know, they mess with time, things get wonky, maybe timelines converge, you know?
That actually sounds
That's
crazy.
what I'm saying. That could be pretty crazy.
And I feel like the directors we picked would really be able to handle that.
Especially the ending where the timelines they
Right,
they all break.
And he just does, Lynch does whatever he wants.
That's exactly it.
I think we've nailed it.
I think we've made the second best movie of all time.
Right behind Morbius.
If we could get Morbius on the cast, we'd have to ask Jared Leto, because I know he knows him. To get that to happen, that would be great.
That would be
Are we doing Mads Mikkelsen? Are we going to get him to method act on our film?
Well, Mads Mikkelsen, but only if he method acts.
Only if he's method acting. Okay, that does it for the emails. The final email
The final
of the
email.
show. And we're wrapping up. That was episode 50 of The Stagler.
Wow.
So
Dang.
I put together one little thing that I wanted to listen to.
Oh,
today.
yes.
I put together one little thing,
Oh, it's lovely.
and I think it should come through. But I think it was a tribute that needed to happen, is all that I'm saying. You know? Because a lot of things happened over the years of the show,
A lot of things.
but this is one that needed to happen.
I'm actually excited to hear this. This is...
If I can hear it, it's not working.
It's not working. Well,
That's too bad.
that's really unfortunate.
It might have come through the stream, through not. But if you must know, I can add another video and add it to the channel or to the podcast. It was a montage of Black Phillip falling over every single time.
Really?
Because Black Phillip is, him and Marilyn really are like the OGs. They're
Right, the classic.
the, B team. When we call out sick, one of them
Right.
fills in for us, you might not have noticed. But I just wanted to talk about the show a little bit, if you wanted to. Just talk about the show, how you felt with it, what you liked, anything good that came from it. I can always say that I think throughout the 2 years, my favorite episodes that we always did was always when we focused on a person. Those are always so fun to look through their entire filmography, see how they grow, see how either their acting or their movie making skills, changed and everything. And I've always enjoyed that. So like Amy Adams, Spike Lee, Roger Deakins, all those were so good. Denis Villeneuve, all great.
I would definitely agree that those are like the best or most, because we also like learn the most.
Yeah, definitely.
From those ones, just watching a single person, every single movie they've ever done is like, it's a big task, and just like really you just like see everything.
I think it's become my favorite way to like experience movies now.
Yeah, just go.
Just see them all. And actors are even tougher because
there's so many.
Actors are
many because they can only do so much.
Yeah, actors can really spread themselves thin if they want to.
It's a lot going on.
I enjoyed it a lot. It's a lot of fun building up everything of the show. It's a lot of everything, setting everything up, making some of the little we have little coasters here that we made.
Yeah,
which are very cool to have. This little studio space has been very fun to occupy, and everything. All of our props. It's just I like making a fun environment. People watching, like, oh, what is this nonsense going on? And I wanted to thank you for being on the show because couldn't be done without both of us as a team effort. We're a team. Couldn't imagine talking to microphone by myself for hours.
Oh my God, I don't know how people do
I don't know how people do it.
You gotta talk to somebody.
I have one thing. I need you to look behind content, the painting, and grab the thing that's behind there. It should be a little stack of things. I want you to grab those and check them out. We have... What is that? Check it out.
Stagler dad hats.
Yeah.
Check
this out. What
the Staglers.
Special branded. We got dad hats and you got a beanie.
And a beanie.
Limited run. Us only. Sorry, suckers.
Yeah, sorry, guys. No merch drop. This is
no merch drop. This is just for us. But it was
this is actually
my way
so
of saying
cool.
Thank you for doing the show for the 2 years. It's a cool way to remember it.
Wow.
You got the icon on the front, and on the dad hats, the back says the Stagler. And it's just a cool thing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, guys. And thank you, all the viewers. Sorry you don't get hats. Sucks to suck.
Yeah, maybe you should have been us.
That's great advice. That is terrific advice. Maybe you should have been us. Well, that does it for today's episode and the final episode of The Stagler. And we're not coming back. Not to The Stagler.
The Stagler's not coming back.
We have ideas for stuff that we'd like to do in the future because we love doing this at the end of the day.
Truthfully.
So we want to make something that we can enjoy doing that, won't get in the way of other things, that we can do at our own discretion and that can be really relaxed, just have fun at the core of it. So we have ideas knocking around for something else. I won't confirm anything.
Right, but just stay tuned to our Twitters, man.
Stay tuned. Yeah, just stick around for a little bit. You might be surprised if you see something down the line. But as far as the Stagler goes, man.
It has been a run.
It has been a run. I mean, when we started this, even just listening back to our own episodes, you can see that we've developed even just talking skills. Ooh, Slate It. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, especially another thing that the Stagler's done is just made me a lot better at talking about movies.
Yeah, exactly. Just opening up that avenue and being able to really think about them. It's terrific.
And this was from our third episode. We've had it ever since the first episode, but on the third episode ever of the Stagler, we wrote on our little slate thingy here, April 18th, 2020.
Look at that.
Forever ago, the Stagler, Roll 3, Scene Podcast, Take Hot.
As always.
Our names, and, it just classic. Clap it, turn it upside down, flippy, action.
So I think we got to say it. I think for the final time, we got to say we're going to say it together. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thank you. Truthfully.
And this has been The Stagler.